Hello, everybody, and this is. Oh, it's a car. It was weird sounding. It is day 21, and we had werewolves. So I went with the Wolfman, not the old classic Wolfman, but the one that came out in 2010. This IMDb is a 5. Excuse me, 5.8 out of 10. Now I own this the unrated version on Vudu, so I just watched it on there. I didn't check see if it was streaming anywhere. Upon his return to his ancestral homeland, an American man is bitten and subsequently cursed by a werewolf. And it obviously has CGI in it. Not the greatest, but probably about what the standards was in 2010. You can't judge it on today's standards. You have to kind of judge it on its time frame, because you can't have a movie from 10 years ago and say, well, the CGI is just horrible. Well, back then, it was good. But it has Benicio del Toro in it, Anthony Hopkins, and Emily Blunt in this movie. Hopkins is actually del Toro's dad, which is kind of interesting. They have decent werewolf change scenes. It's not as good as like Werewolf in London, Paris, and The Howling, stuff like that. They do keep the form a lot like the original one. Now I know what the original one looks like, but I don't remember the movie itself. I don't know if I've seen the original movie. I may have, and I just don't remember it. The only ones I've seen like before was The Creature from the Black Lagoon and Frankenstein, and then yesterday I saw Dracula for the first time. Oh, at least I think the first time that I remember. So I can't say I've seen the old black and white version of the Wolfman to really compare the two. Probably have, just don't remember it. But they do have decent werewolf changes, and they keep the body type more of a hybrid man wolf instead of going full out wolf like the Howling and Werewolf in London / Paris and those type movies. They usually go like when they change, they just go straight into a wolf character. They don't go to the hybrid, so they keep like the body type more like the original. There are a few jump scares in this one, and it does keep you kind of tense and into the movie, I think. But you gotta keep the time frame in there as well. This is 10 years old. But it does also touch on some of the treatments that they did back on the mentally ill back then. Now, how much of this stuff is accurate, but I've heard a lot of these stories from. I used to tour the asylum in Bartonville, Illinois, and they talked about some of these treatments and stuff, and some of it, and plus like documentaries and stuff like that. They talk about the old treatments, what they thought was good at the time is basically torture now, but they have some of that. They touch on that a little bit in this movie, and they do have a werewolf versus werewolf fight, which is, it's not horrible, but it's not the greatest. It's kind of silly the way they have them jumping around and stuff. It would make more sense if they were more wolf-like, I think. I don't know, but the fight scene is okay, but it is a little ridiculous. But it's also not as bad as some other werewolf movies. I've seen other werewolf movies where it's just been absolutely horrible, but it's not bad. And all in all, I think this is a solid movie. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. IMDb gives it a 5.8 out of 10, but I give it a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed the movie. I think this is the first time I've watched it since it came out. So it's been a while since I've seen this movie, but I enjoyed watching it. Tomorrow is body horror, and I was Googling what movies have body horror on it, and I came across The Brood in there, and I didn't realize that was a body horror movie, but according to Google it is. But I have that DVD. I bought it I don't know, years ago at like Goodwill or something, and I never did get around to watching it. So I think we might watch that tomorrow. So, like, subscribe, do all fun stuff, and I'll see you tomorrow.